Hey guys, this is Bumblebee85 coming at you again with another video review. I'm going to do another Transformers review here, since it is this weekend, July 15th to the 17th in Mississauga here. We're having our TFcon, our annual TFcon Transformers convention here in Mississauga, Ontario, Canada, near Toronto. And we have this every year, and I've been going. I haven't missed a single one yet, so this is like my Christmas. I really enjoy going to the TFcon and meeting fellow fans and other celebrities, and I'll have more information at the end of my video about TFcon, so please stick around and pay attention to the end of the video if you're feeling adventurous and come out to TFcon in Mississauga. I actually have the hotel booked. It's right at the hotel, and I have the hotel booked for the Friday night into Saturday. Saturday is the main day, and should be a lot of fun. But into the review, we have Transformers Legends from Takara Tomy, Arcee. Now, I was unable to find this. Was actually released in North America, and I was unable to find it anywhere. So I actually had to break down and actually import it, and I got it at a reasonable price. Not much more on duty and other fees for postage and stuff like that. So overall, I hope it's worth it. And since I was unable to find her here, it saved me the hassle from wasting my gas driving all over the place trying to find this one Transformer. Now, she has never been released officially in a Classics line. It's her first, I would say, legitimate toy. She was in the 1986 Transformers movie, the animated movie, which is actually getting a Blu-ray release later this year, I believe in September. So should pick that up and check that out. But this is modeled more after what she looked like in the movie or the cartoon. So we finally get a good representation of what she looked like compared to some of the other figures that we've gotten throughout the years, which I'll show off after I take her out of the packaging. Now here she is out of the packaging, looking all pretty in pink, like a futuristic pink Cadillac, feminine style. See, here has some actually nice detail on the inside of the driver's cockpit here. There's like a molded steering wheel with gauges. Yeah, it's all gray. And some molded in seats that look pretty cool. With this nice antennae fin thing going on here. The Autobot logo right on the hood. We got some nice gray silver finish on the front here and these two headlights. And we also have two rear brake lights there in red. So a nice little nice paint scheme. Even I would say very reminiscent of what she looked like in the old cartoon. Now she does come with 4 weapons in total, and it says to plug these in on the sides of her car mode for storage. But you see some notches up here. I'm sure they can fit up in there. And there is this gun, this gray gun, has weapon storage. You slide it into this little notch here underneath, and you push in, and your hands actually clasp the side of that weapon. So that weapon stays in nice and snug. As you can see, she's popping apart a little bit here at the seams. And there is storage for this 4th weapon. There's a little notch here and then a gouge here, which fit in through the handle and the notches on the handle of the gun here. And it's supposed to fit, but it really wants to like just pop off all the time. It really doesn't want to stay up in there. So I'm pushing really hard to force it. And she does roll okay. Her wheels are on a little joint here, especially this one actually was popped off in the packaging. I had to pop it back on. but the wheels are on a bit of a hinge here, so if they're not straight, she'll have trouble rolling. But she does roll. So let me show her off with another Arcee that we've gotten from Transformers Animated. It's a way darker pink. Still Arcee overall. So, and I have a bunch of other Arcees that I'll show off compared to robot mode, but she's been in, she's actually had a movie toy made, never released, or a character that wasn't really in the movies, that figure, and then she also has another figure that from the movie. She has two different design movie figures, and I'm only going to show off the one. The other one, I don't really count. It's called twins, but it's actually triplets, so I don't understand how they got away with that. But anyway, this is Arcee in her vehicle mode. Let me transform her, and we'll compare off in robot mode. So we just pop off these weapons, these clear, translucent blue weapons, two of them. She's gotten the idea of having swords through other incarnations of Arcee, which I will show off. We'll pop off this pink weapon here, and we'll disengage this gray weapon from underneath. It's really snug in there once you get it in there, which now pops off other parts of her transformation. But her instructions say to pop that up, the rear, and then you fold the rear bumper in right underneath. And you come around, you want to fold her legs completely. And you just spin them around. You just spin these legs down, like so, right? Then we kind of accordion them together. And then her arms accordion down. And then we flip this piece up, like so. We just have this piece flipping up. And then we take her whole chest. It just is the front of her car. It just unpegs there, and it reveals another Autobot logo, which is actually really kind of neat. Pop that out like so. Then we can bring the car section back. It includes this whole top piece. We bring it back, and then we flip Arcee's whole chest. After we brought that back, we flip her chest beats with these little shoulder grooves. Sorry if you can't see, these little notches actually flip right over top of her shoulders, and you push down on those, right? And then you push her head back, and it'll tab in underneath. You can see there's a little tab there, back of her neck. Push back on that, and that'll tab it in there. And then you can push together her whole chest and abdomen there, pushing that all in nice and snug. And then we'll fold her feet down, and overall that is Arcee transformed into robot mode. I'm very impressed with the robot mode. Now it says you can store these weapons again on her thighs. And these guns just slide right into her hand. It's an open hand. It slides right in there. Really nice. I've heard there are variants of her hands where there's like a whole grasping hand instead of having it opened with the finger and the thumb. And then there's the little notch that would prevent it from going down further into her hand. There's a little notch there, so you could carve that out and let these guns sit further down. But you get the idea. Heavily weaponized Arcee. She has a nice paint job. Again, it still retains the white and the pink and the touches of gray, but I've noticed on her arms, on mine anyway, There's been some sloppy paint. I got some paint blotches here. But other than that, she's got her nice head sculpt. Let's get her arms out of the way. She's got some blue, just translucent blue, just like the weapons here for the back, the light piping. So you shine a light, her eyes will glow. Now let's see if we can do that. We put a little light in the back of her head and her eyes glow nicely. Pretty neat. Nice blue. And she retains her red lipstick. Nice little grin there. Or Princess Leia bun that she's always had. So her articulation, she's got ball jointed shoulders. She even has a bicep swivel, a single hinged, very wide range hinge elbow with little ratcheties in there, little ones. Her head is on a ball joint, can move all over the place very nicely. She does not have a waist swivel due to the transformation, but her hips can kick out forward that far, actually go all the way up, and kicking back. Once you kick back too far, her wheels kind of get in the way and start to split up her torso there. But we do have another hinge for transformation. She can definitely kick in that way, but she cannot kick. If you remove the weapon, she can kind of kick out that far. We get this single hinged knee, which have nice range, as much range as her elbow did. And she has this upper thigh swivel, which is nice, and up and down tilt on her ankles, and no rotation anywhere else in the leg. So I think without all these weapons, maybe just giving her her pink blaster, I think she looks very good with just the one weapon. And if this weapon stayed more secure on her in robot mode, it would be the only weapon I'd probably display her with. I don't think she even had the swords in the old cartoon. It's just a thing that she's adapted through incarnations of her character. Compared to a few of the other Arcees that we've gained throughout the years, we have Energon Arcee, which would probably be the first Arcee that brought Arcee back into the mainstream besides the cartoon she originally appeared in 1986. Then I would have imagined that we gotten the movie interpretation of Arcee. And then again, with the Energon, she's developed this crossbow piece, and even her movie interpretation came through with this crossbow piece that she has. It's a little hairdo flip. She does have another movie version that I own, but I don't really like showing that one off because it just looks like a monster. But then we've gotten animated Arcee. She only appeared in a short-lived couple episodes, but they made a toy of her, and she was a Toys R Us exclusive, I believe. And then she developed these blue swords here. So the swords came from her, the crossbow came from the other one, and then the swords actually carried over into Transformers Prime. And this one was the Toys R Us exclusive, the first edition Transformer Prime toys, which gave again 2 blades showing off Arcee's blade, and then another version of Transformers Prime Arcee with 1 blade and 1 gun, and kind of neat. And those 3 actually transformed into motorcycles. Well, again, same with Energon. Our Arcee tends to transform into a motorcycle. So here she is next to her Transformer Legends to Takara Tomy release. that these two I've both imported because, again, couldn't find in North America and wasn't available in North America, so I'm happy to now own both of these. She stands about just a little over 5 inches tall. Pretty good for a female character. And here she is with the line of Transformers she actually is supposed to be molded in, or that goes with the classic line of Transformers. We have Cup and Bumblebee and Prime, and I believe she should be taller than Bumblebee and smaller than Prime. And she's going to be smaller than Cup just for the reason that mostly that's probably because she's a girl. They could have made her car a little bit larger, and I would have been maybe a little bit happier if she met like kind of in size comparison with Cup here. But I'm liking her. She stands very, very well. And when I first put her in my hand, I thought she felt a little flimsy. Like, oh, she's not going to peg together well. She's not going to hold up. She's just not going to want to stand straight up. And her legs, they crunch in there very, very nicely. There's huge back kibble, but that's Arcee's alt mode. And here I actually do have a picture of Arcee, of what she kind of looked like back in the cartoon era. So you could already tell she has that huge backpack anyway to begin with. But again, pretty faithful representation there. The Autobot logo, even the head, the red lipstick, just even the pink knee pads, like everything except for the toy has some gray added in. I would have liked if these wheels could have like folded in so you didn't see them, maybe. You don't really see the wheels on the back of her thighs here. They fit right into the notch in the back of her leg, which is kind of nice. I like the grill vent marks along the back of her leg. That's a nice touch. Not just this hollow gapingness like the top of her car there. But I am, after, like I said, just opening her up, I'm like, no, I'm not going to like this toy. It just wasn't quite pegging together in vehicle mode. It came together very nicely. Here's a quick look at her instructions. It's kind of like Black Arachnia's. They make her looking really girly. And there's her tech specs. You can pause it there to check those out. But she also, her instructions are in black and white, and she also comes with this comic in the on the back of her. The Japanese are really making these girls girly. Like, I can't read it, but I'm interpreting that Rat Trap, who I believe this is supposed to be Rat Trap from Beast Wars, is driving Arcee to work after she's been out a long, hard day at work. She drives Rat Trap around. She's cutting up food for the Maximals here. There's Rhinox and Tigertron. There's Prime Mole. There's Rat Trap. And then Kiss Players make an appearance in this comic. And then Arcee is all happy. Yep, I'll get it. And then she's cooking, she's cleaning, she's so tired. She transforms. You gotta take Rat Trap again somewhere, and then she ends up waking Rat Trap up. So it must have been like a Rat Trap dream or something that Arcee was doing all this work for him. And then we even get, it looks like we have a couple different Transformers down here. One might be Ironhide, Cyber Shark. Looks like Tailgate, maybe? That might be Tailgate down there. And another winged Transformer. But they're kind of neat. Kind of weird, kind of strange, but that's what we get. And overall, I'm going to say thumbs up to Arcee. I'm glad I imported her. I'm glad I finally have her. she's going to fit well in with the Classics line shelf that I have going on in my Transformers display room. Now this review might be going a little bit long, and I hope you stuck around to the end. I'm going to give you a little bit of information about TFcon again. I'm going to cop out on that enjoy the play at the end of my video, but make sure you guys do enjoy the play. Come to TFcon here in Mississauga, Ontario, Canada this weekend, July 15th through the 17th. Come check it out. We have Frank Welker. We have, these are our special guests we have at TFcon. Again, it's Frank Welker, the voice of Megatron. Dan Gillivan for the original Bumblebee. We have Ian James Corlett for Cheetor. I think he did the voice of Bob also in Reboot, so that's kind of cool. We have Jim Byrnes for Inferno, who I'm sure has some nice stories to tell. We also have Dial, who is a writer on a lot of stuff from the 80s, stuff you might like. We have artist Alex Milne, is an artist for the IDW Transformers, and just a bunch of different artists also appearing. Everything current, old, new, which is old again, which is new again. TFcon, it is the world's largest fan-run Transformers convention here in Toronto, Canada, located at 6750 Mississauga Road, Mississauga, Ontario. The event schedule is now up, so you come to tfcon.ca and you can find all the information that you need to make your way to the best Transformers convention now that we lost BotCon, which I've never made it to BotCon. It was kind of a dream to get to a BotCon, but we've lost BotCon this year. BotCon is no longer a thing. Hasbro will be developing their own con of some sort, so this is your only way right now to get any kind of Transformers merchandise or information in con form dedicated to only Transformers. So make sure you get here, and if it's not for this year, it is going to be, make sure you get here for next year. Book this time. It's always around the same time in July, and it is always a fun event. We have karaoke on Friday night. We have the charity auction, which is Friday night. We have, it's just so much fun. You mingle, you learn. It's a great event. Colin puts on a great event every year. He's the owner and runner of this convention. So drop us a line and come and find us. Like, share, rinse and repeat. Make sure you come. This is TFcon. I've been going for the last 10 years. I've been going every single year, and I have no way to prove that. I wish there was a way, but I've never missed a year. I make it every year. I book extra time off of work just to come to this thing. So I think you guys should all come too. If you have kids, it's great. A great family event, especially with the new Titan Masters toys hitting shelves right now. So there should be a lot of that there. Kids, I would suggest coming around noonish. The lineup will be out of the way. Grab a quick snack and then go in, and quick note, everybody just watch out for everybody else. It gets kind of crowded in the dealer room. Just be mindful of your backpacks sticking out there. If you're carrying a large amount of bags or strollers or even people in wheelchairs, just be mindful of everybody else. It goes a long way, and it just makes everybody happier in the end. And there's voice panels, there's There's just a lot of stuff going on at TFcon, and it gets bigger and bigger every year. Last year we had Peter Cullen, who is the voice of Optimus Prime, so this year it is fitting that we get Welker, the voice of Megatron. So the guy who's done Bumblebee has actually been there before, so but it will be nice. Beast Wars voices, we've had several throughout the years, and having these guys come shed another light on the whole Beast Wars aspect, which brought me back into Transformers, will be amazing. Yes, did I say amazing? It's amazing. But yeah, stay tuned, and I hope you watched all the way through for this information at tfcon.ca. Enjoy the play. And I will have content coming up for the Welker panel, so stay tuned and get an inside scoop from Bumblebee 85 Has Toys.